Ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the second semifinals match of the Chairs4Gaming Cup number 8. The last of our kind of, I guess, tirade of weekly tournaments between the Corsair Cup and the Chairs4Gaming. This is the 6th one this week, so 6-1 in terms of like adding the Corsair Gaming and Chairs4Gaming Cups together back to back for 3 days in a row, but is getting near to the end as we spawn down here in the bottom right hand corner of the map on top of the blue Terran player, Corsair Gaming player. He lost to this opponent 0-2 very quickly in yesterday's Chairs4Gaming Cup. We'll see if we can turn it around. Give it up for RuFF.
And on the other side, in the top right-hand corner, he is sponsored by Ting. Actually, their only player at the moment, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. They believe in this kid, and so do many of us. It is Neeb.
Okay, well, again, just the thing about RuFF's play is that he is a player that does best when he has time to prepare. Because when he has time to prepare, he has time to identify what he is going to do against an opponent. He has time to figure out exactly what builds to use against them. And I feel like that's kind of what yesterday indirectly gave him. He got a little bit of time to like think about how those games went and can say like, okay, I think that I'm gonna try something. It may or may not work. Still playing versus Neeb, but oh, here we go. oh.
Speaking of it may or may not work, are we seeing... What are we seeing is what I meant to say, because it's a very, very cheeky factory here, Fair Dragon. I mean, in my day and age, it's not usually the place people put factories, at least.
Not generally, but you know, the thing I will say, and it's something that Neeb has not really shown a lot of weakness in. Oh my god, the pylon. This pylon is going to be actually so important. Because this factory is supposed to land in the main base. Forget what I was talking about. This pylon is going to scout out this factory as soon as it tries to move over here.
Yep.
Oh my god. Neeb even looks through his main base of the Mothership Core.
And he sees it. Oh, man.
Are you kidding me?
He knows.
Okay.
Oh, yes, he knows.
So that's not enough. That's not enough yet. Because the Widow Mine can still walk its way over to the mineral line, and I think it's going to be able to get into a position where it may not be in range of any of the photon overcharges initially.
Yeah, I mean, this pylon that Neeb put here is very, very smart. Although he might not be able to get a double photon overcharge to really shut it down, I think even one photon overcharge.
Yeah.
Unless he borrows it as soon as it shoots.
That's what I was thinking. Like, you just want to borrow it as soon as it gets out, and then you just use the second one to try and walk past.
Well, it's pretty nice defense so far from Neeb. And he's gonna get 2 gateways here as well. Not really letting it phase him just yet. Continuing with the robotics facility. And RuFF has continued with this tech, at least at home, right? Like, it wasn't just a floated Widow Mine and then hope that it sealed the deal, but it's a Liberator, he has Stim on the way, and also a second command center. But he needs to get damaged.
This Liberator could act. So think about this. This is like a really, really intricate thing. And I have no idea if RuFF is actually planned it out this far, but the Liberator follow-up, think about it. Neeb has built an extra pylon over to deal with his factory, right? So now he doesn't have a pylon behind the mineral line at the natural, so he can't photon overcharge. And Neeb has been building pure adepts, so he doesn't actually have any stalkers. He's gonna literally have no answer for the Liberator behind the mineral line in the natural.
Yeah, the pylon isn't even in a position where it can shoot the Liberator, at least in the main. What about the one inside of the... Oh, there's no pylon in the natural. Yeah,
that's what
you're
I'm
right.
saying, yeah.
That one, yeah, sorry. Oh, boy.
All right, well, Liberator is out, but it's not making its way. There it is, finally, immediately darting across the map. There's going to be a little bit of a race for time because he needs to do this as fast as possible before Neeb actually catches on to this. At the same time, Factory just buying time, distracting Neeb, using the only stalker that's actually around over there. And here we go, Liberator sieges up, and is going to be able to get a kill on maybe a stalker. No, just softens it up a little bit and denies mining.
Yeah, I don't even know if Neeb can get in there. There's nowhere to shoot it from without taking damage from the Liberator. So maybe he sacrifices one of the stalkers in order to kill it.
Yeah, how do you deal with this?
Good economic position.
I think you just kind of have to, yeah, say I have 5 stalkers. I'm going to lose some, but at least I kill off the Liberator.
Yeah, and then it gets the pylon there so that it never happens again.
Yeah. I think the other thing about Neeb in this situation, oh my god. Tempo. His factory's landed in the main base.
He's actually going to make a Widowmine out of it.
I think it's going to get out, and it may actually be able to burn. No, he cancels it.
Oh.
Yeah, he knows that there's an observer out, so it's pretty risky to try and let it finish and actually get anything done.
Yeah, that factory's going to die. It's going to burn off, and no one's going to remember that it even was there in the first place. Oh.
He even tries to, like, maybe land it again. I just imagine RuFF throwing down a mule to repair it so he can get out
inside of the base.
RuFF is like the player who would do it, as evident by the fact that he would try and build a tech lab on the proxy barracks in his opponent's natural expansion like 8 times in a row.
Like floating it up, putting it back down, like, okay, just gotta get it right.
This time.
It's gonna work.
All right.
If one thing that RuFF is known for, it's that persistence, baby.
Persistence, absolutely. Okay, well, 3rd expansion is going up for Neeb, and he has a very solid worker lead. RuFF doesn't exactly have a lot going for him. Stim is finished up, so I mean, at least he has that, and he has a growing Bioforce with some of those medevacs also. So maybe he can still make some kind of like traditional damage happen, but again, this is Neeb. This is one of the players that it's hard to make a lot of that damage happen with. And he's got observers out the wazoo, just scouting around.
Yeah, there's already 4 observers out. Playing it so safe. He sees the triple drop coming.
Ugh.
Blink is done.
And double fortune overcharge. GG.
Yep. That's all she wrote.
Neeb
takes. So boy. Jeez.
I mean, that was. I won't say it was clean because it was a weird game, but it was pretty like. It was pretty well handled by Neeb. The only kind of mildly scary moment was that he would take a lot of damage to the Liberator and he wouldn't ever find a time to like actually be able to clean it up. But he was able to just say like, okay, look, I'm so far ahead that I can afford to lose whatever 2-3 stalkers. I can just warp in a few more and this won't be a problem.
And it'd be good, exactly.
Yeah, game number 2 looks like it's going to be Arena, but we're going to hop to a short little break before we hop into this game as we'll see you guys in just a little bit in game number 2 of our semifinals match. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, skipping the map intro because we are already in the game and getting started. Spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. His back is up against the wall yet again. Can he take a game off of this man? We have the red Terran player from Chairs4Gaming. It's RuFF.
And here in the top left-hand corner, representing Ting, also a wonderful sponsor of BaseTradeTV, it is the blue Protoss player, Neeb.
Very, very minor correction. Ting is a organization that has sponsored BaseTradeTV events.
That's what I meant to say, yeah.
God, Tempo. Bring you on.
One job,
and you mess up
idiot.
Everything.
God,
misinforming the view. Yeah. Much, of course, BaseTradeTV has so much love for Ting. Really, really fantastic organization. But, ooh, this is kind of annoying. RuFF going for the engineering bay block once again. Going for the double marine production. Going for a factory and does have the double gas already finished up. So, I don't actually think this is not the setup for the Ghost Pepper build that he was doing against. Tails? Tails.
Yeah, it was Tails.
She's
like, already been forgotten for making the no-face Korean kind of theory actually prove true. Oh, nah. That was actually really, really a fun series, man.
That was definitely a fun series. But okay, we do have fast starport coming out. This looks like it's just going to be another Widowmine drop. So I think I almost started talking about this last time, but one weakness I will say I did find Neeb had for a little bit, and I don't think he has that weakness anymore, was there was like this 2 or 3 month period where I would see him whenever he faced off against like Widowmine drops, or
Yeah.
I guess just like a really heavy Widowmine aggression, I would pretty consistently see him take, I guess, a little bit more damage than he should have. Fairly consistently. And I think that that's not really a problem for him anymore, but maybe that's kind of what RuFF is looking to try and exploit.
But with this many Marines too, like, holy moly.
Well,
this is going to be the follow-up for it? Like, will he,
where's the Widowmine?
Wait a minute.
Oh, the
No,
Widowmine's behind them.
it's actually just going to be some kind of crazy 1-1-1 push. That's going to get scouted immediately here by Neeb.
Yeah. Sees the tech lab on the starport, sees the tech lab on the factory, can immediately assume, like, tech lab on the factory is probably Siege Tanks coming out. Maybe Cyclones or something weird like that, but most likely in this situation, I guess, going to be Siege Tanks. The Widowmine was also burrowed in a really kind of cute position where it could intercept an Oracle that was coming across the map, but not going to be the case. We do have a just robotics facility coming out from Neeb, and he is not even throwing down the Twilight Council in this game. Just straight up pumping Immortals, walking them across the map. This is kind of a more on the aggressive side.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna try to force as much time out as RuFF. Oh, he's gonna try to just buy as much time as possible, because it's kind of like the way you always used to defend against the 1-1-1 as a Protoss player, just by having a better economy and letting that economy kick in while the push is happening, because over time you're gonna be able to outproduce. But if they get to the position that they want to get to before you're actually ready, then it can prove to be pretty problematic.
Yeah, my only kind of big fear over here for Neeb is that it isn't exactly... Oh my god, tailing off the Raven would be huge, but the Sentry DPS is a little bit too low. I mean, even still, force fielding off a couple of these Marines, getting the Raven very low on health. Oh, Siege Tank's going to be able to do some nice damage to some of the Adepts, but the boys have been pulled, and this is kind of my big fear. This is not the same at Wings of Liberty. These Siege Tanks can be picked up by the medevac, so they do actually get moved around. It's a lot harder to just kind of force the delay in the push, but these Sentries are doing a great job of it so far.
Yeah, I like the force field a lot, and Neeb may be feeling like he bought enough time so far, or at least that he just cannot continue to hold there because of the Siege Tanks.
Where's the Widowmine? The Widowmine was there. The Widowmine was behind the refinery, but now the Warp Prism comes in. Warps and Adepts. I mean, RuFF is 100% all in. These forces have bought so much time.
You know, Neeb is just executing this so well, and he's been getting a lot of Immortals behind it. And look at, he can probably one-shot those tanks at this point.
Neeb has lost one Sentry and one Adept this game. That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty insane just how much he's how valuable he's, oh my god, how much value he's able to get out of his units. And RuFF feeling like he needs to push the issue right now.
He does. I mean, he needs to end the game at this point, and I'm not sure if he really has enough left over to do it. Photon Overcharger 1 was used, but I mean, there's still actually more available. Siege Tanks are doing their best. Marines are trying to tank for the damage, but I mean, there's no reinforcements coming in for RuFF. He's got to win with this, and he doesn't. GG. Neeb.
GG.
Going with a 2-0 victory. The shutdown.
Just the perfect response, you know what I mean? Like little parts of just force fielding the little pathway, and then buying so much time on such a small map is usually no easy feat to do. But yeah, he identified it so early, and he was like the man with the plan. You know, you're like moving out onto the map, and I wasn't sure exactly how he was going to execute it, but that's how he ended up doing it with the force field. And damn, man, did he make that look so easy again? I don't understand how he's able to make those decisions like that. But
I think that's the funny thing about Neeb, right? Is that you watch his play, and a lot of the time you'll be like, he makes Protoss look easy, and it's frustrating as a Protoss player, because like you say like, oh yeah, you just force field them out. I'm like, no, you don't. It's not just like you don't just simply force field out siege tanks. Like, siege tanks are hitting his sentries, and he's like making sure they're actually well spread out, so they're not just like all getting hit by the siege tank shots. Because if they're all getting hit by the siege tank shots, he's losing the sentries every single time he tries to plop down those force fields. He's doing a great job like picking off even units during all of that. He moves into the Warp Prism at the right time, like the absolute perfect time. waits and just knows, like, through some, I don't know, amazing intuition of like when to make Immortals, when to make the Observer, and when to make the Warp Prism. Like all of these small little things, Neeb just gets right, and it frustrates the hell out of me because I'm like, why?
I'm sure it
can't I do
frustrates a
that?
lot of people. It's got to frustrate a lot of people that are just like, you know, what exactly is it that, you know, to be able to do that? Is it just a lot of games? Is it understanding how much studying does he actually do, you know, of whatever he can get his hands on? Or is he the kind of player that just, he knows what exactly, just what to do, like his brain clicks and it's like, okay, this needs to happen right now. I have this much time to do it. We need to go, you know, actually get to that middle of that map before he pushes out.
Yeah.
You know, account for what if he just drops the siege tank over the force field.
I know. He does a really good job of it, but that does mean he moves on to the grand finals of the Chairs4Gaming Cup. Number 8 is going to go on to face off versus True, who is notably absent in the chat channel right now.
Oh, True.
So, I'm not too sure what's the plan now. Like,
give like a roll call, be like, hey.
Yeah, I know. There's like situations where a player is AFK, and you're like, okay, there's True. He has arrived. He has returned. I'm actually guessing that's one of those times where it's like, if you go idle, Battle.net will just automatically kick you out of the channels that you're in. So,
or maybe he went to like a ladder game or something.
Yeah, something like that. Either way, True versus Neeb is going to be the next match. So, looking forward to that. As I think a lot of people will agree, these are pretty good players to be making to the grand finals. It's a pretty good grand finals you could ask for.
It's a really good set. Yeah, we're most likely gonna have an awesome series here, and it's gonna be a fun one too. I think. Just gotta love True's playstyle. It's just always so fun to watch. And then Neeb, you know, if he's actually gonna get picked apart by it, is it actually gonna be the test of Neeb's iron defense, where True decides to be in 3 different locations at once, or pulls out builds that maybe I'm sure that Neeb is well aware of, but it still can be difficult to execute it every time.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued.
So kind of interesting. They have played each other a few times, but they're all back in 2015. So they're all 6 months or older. So I don't know how much we can really glean from it, but Neeb has won every single time they faced against each other. In the Alima League finals back in October, Neeb ended up winning. I think that's actually that was the grand finals, and that was the only Alima League that a foreigner has ever won.
Damn.
Gauntlet Cup back in October as well. Neeb ended up winning that 2-1. And of course in the Gauntlet Legacy of the Void series, December, round of 16, Neeb ended up winning 2-1. So Neeb is actually 3-0 versus True right now.
Dang. Well then.
But taking a look at just some of the other stuff, I think I finally fixed it. Yeah, unfortunately the portrait wasn't loading the right first time, but man, these guys are actually pretty close in terms of total prize money won too. True's won around $43,986, so almost $44,000. And Neeb has won just a little bit over $44,000.
All right, dude. It's a ZVP too. I don't even think we've seen. Have we seen the ZVP yet?
I think we did, because we had Pele playing. Yeah, I remember him making Phoenix and everything. Yep.
Oh man, was that Pele
versus? I think that was not versus. Obviously, definitely not versus Keen. Oh, it was versus Lissandro.
No, Lissandro was it was True versus someone then. Because
maybe it was True versus Pele. Yeah, it was True versus Pele. Yeah, that must have been it.
Okay, I'm like, who was that? I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm remembering now. All the sentries getting surrounded and everything.
Oh boy.
Oh that. Yeah, True's ZVP, pretty good. Pretty damn good.
It's just it's like one of those things where I want to see how Neeb deals with it. That's the kind of player that Neeb has kind of proven himself to be. He just knows how to defend things, and if True's gonna be the aggressor in this game, let's see. Let's put it to the test, man.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to this because I also think that of the casual conversations I've had with Neeb and everything, where Neeb will like talk about a particular race or something, he generally seems to have the most distaste for Zerg. So
Is
it's
that
also,
yeah.
I mean, like his average win rate is also around like 70-ish percent, like 70-75%, and his win rate versus Zerg is like I think around 68. So
Wow. Not even 69. This guy.
not even 69. I mean, I suppose it's 69 if you round up, but
True.
True's a Zerg player. I'm sorry, I said I'll stop doing that.
No, I was waiting for it. That time I did it on purpose.
Okay, you're just baiting me now. I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think at this point, it's gonna be a really interesting series. Like I really just don't know how to call it. This is not a match that I would bet a lot of Pertufs on because it could seriously go either way.
Yeah. That's why I'm so excited for it. You know, it's one of those matches where it's very well fit here for the grand finals. And let's see if Neeb can do it here where Peely wasn't able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the same matchup. So True, last game that he did play, at least here in the tournament, was against a Protoss player. Neeb, at least in this tournament, I mean, who has he gone against? His path has basically been against somebody named Bernie, and then Easy Peasy, who I still am not sure what race he plays.
Terran.
I think
Terran.
it was. Yep, and then RuFF. So he hasn't played a Zerg player at all, unless Bernie has won.
Yeah. To be fair though, I mean, also in Neeb's defense, unless it was true, unless it was like literally someone of that level, I don't think just like any old Zerg player would have even been able to like show a glimpse of Neeb's potential, like, I guess, weakness to Zerg. Looks like you finally do have the
I know what
map
you
for it.
mean, right?
Yeah. I mean, Game Time showed up, despite the fact that it was a 3-0, I think that Game Time played really well in his series, and like at certain points he was actually pretty far ahead in supply and everything. Like it looked like he was actually going to be able to maybe take a game off of Neeb, but he wasn't quite able to. And Game Time's a pretty solid like NA Zerg player. I think you need literally someone of True's level to actually do it though.
Well, you got someone of True's level, the man himself.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we find out also what the maps are going to be as well,
I think we do have the maps now.
Dusk, Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like mixed up. There we go. Dusk, Frozen, Ruins, Invader, and then Frost. Should we get to game number 5?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm actually really happy that we're starting off on Dusk Towers, even though it tends to be the map that we
See every time.
Yeah, exactly, right. But to start things off, like, it has the potential to really, really go the distance here on Dusk Towers. And then Frost being like the last map, which is another huge 4-player map.
Mm-hmm.
A huge map, but it's actually 4 players. Could get pretty crazy too.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Dust Tower is going to be the map for game number 1. We'll see you guys there in our first game of the grand finals for the Chairs4Gaming number 8.